There are reports that some socio-cultural groups of Igbo extraction are calling for Igbo presidency, such as Ohaneze, linking it to be the panacea that will be solving the problem of agitation, especially by IPOB in the southeast. We're on the street this afternoon to get the views of Nigerians on this issue. What do you think about an Igbo presidency? Would it solve, will it bring an end to agitations in the southeast? This is Vox Pop Africa TV. I'm your uncle Christian Chuku.
Going to be the solution? How did they, or they just sleep and wake up and they just come and agree, okay, that this thing is what is going to be. We are not. This thing now you're saying, it is now in Igbo land now. It is another news to him. Oh, these people went to meeting under whose concern? Okay, is Ohaneze and Igbo aware? Igbo you see, Igbo are aware. They come together still for they have political. Some have selfish political. The layman, just the layman, bring it down. The layman in Igbo land, is he aware? How did they carry him along? Okay, what of those innocent ones that, okay, even though the military, the police, they want to go and operate the people they are looking for, just because you are you. Now, someone you bully his child like that, you lock him like that. How will he now come and say, okay, he want to support you, go for presidency? How will he now believe that when you get there, you protect his own interest? How do you not believe that when you go there, you have his interest at heart? Even so anybody that wants to go is going on his own. But you're coming out, you're a public figure. Find out if the people you say you are standing for, did you carry them along? Did you have their interest? Or are you going there to just enrich yourself and leave them?
So there's nobody in the southeast that is qualified for presidency at all?
I can't say this. I can't say on my own that there's nobody qualified. You have Peter Obi. They can go on their own, but I'm telling you today, I'm telling you the truth. There's no name man today in Igbo land. I'm telling you the truth that can support them.
Will it stop the agitations in the southeast and also the southwest? That is the Biafra and the Oduduwa.
Well, in my opinion, I believe that if they are given presidency, it will go a long way to address a lot of grievances, and it will stop the agitation, because most of the agitations is simply because they are marginalized. You see, even in our family, if the elder brother is too domineering, or any brother whatsoever, because we can have a case where even a younger brother can dominate and oppress the elderly. So if anybody in the family setting dominates the other, there is bound to be a trouble in that family. So Nigeria is experiencing problem because certain section is unwisely dominating the other section. No other way to read. Look at the first 10 political positions in Nigeria. Are Igbos truly there? The president, the vice president, the senate president, the speaker, the chief of justice, the chief justice of Nigeria, the president of court of appeal, the chief judge of the federal high court. Are they there? Look at the attorney general, all those ones, the secretary to the federal government. So the agitation is genuine. I don't know, when some people talk, I mean, because they are in government, they talk as if other people outside government, they are fools. It irritates to the highest level. So I believe, as a Yoruba man, I will genuinely say the agitation is simply because they are marginalized. If they are given presidency, it will go a long way to address the trouble in the country.
Despite being a Yoruba man, you still support an Igbo presidency over a Yoruba presidency?
I will never be somebody who will say it must be Yoruba presidency. It's because all of us we are becoming crazy. That's why we are now saying we want a Yoruba presidency. You understand? It's because all of us we are becoming crazy. But if we are in a normal climb, you don't need to tell people that a certain section has been marginalized. The reason why I will support Yoruba presidency is simply because I look at it that a Yoruba man have greater affiliation with this Hausa Fulani dominating that they may concede. And I believe a Yoruba president will be better for Nigeria than a Fulani president. No. What I'm saying in the essence is that if a Yoruba man, as we have it now, and an Igbo man will be given a level playing ground, let Igbo have it. But I know that there is no level playing ground. So in order not to have the thing remain, remains in the north, I will prefer Yoruba man on that condition. Not that I am primordial that a Yoruba man must be there at all costs. But instead of having it remaining in the north, if a Yoruba man stand a better chance, let him have it. But not that an Igbo man is not fit to be a president of Nigeria.
Well, we can actually think that the agitation will definitely stop if there is an Igbo presidency. But if you look at it generally in a very logical maze, in Nigeria now we assume we have like 3 tribes, but we have more than 100 tribes in Nigeria. But basically we look at it that we have Yoruba, we have Igbo, and we have the Hausas. But one thing I so much believe is the Northerners, the Hausas, they are much more united in terms of, let me say, they are much more politically exposed than the other tribes. Now coming down to the Yorubas, for example, also, they are also much more politically exposed compared to the Igbo tribes. But the Igbos, I so much believe, though they have actually tried enough right from the section of the independency, I think it's their turn as well also to have a representative at the aims of affairs in Nigeria. And coming to think of it, that probably maybe if there is an Igbo presidency, that maybe the agitation will stop. I'm not really so much convinced that the agitation will definitely stop. You may be surprised that another part of the Igbos can also be clamoring that they are being marginalized, because I so much believe that the clamoring for having an Igbo presidency, I think Nigeria, we are actually ripe for it to actually have an Igbo presidency, but I doubt whether it will actually stop the agitations from the Igbo tribes. There will be another group that will actually come forth. Do you understand? The Igbo the Hausa can say they are one, but I so much believe that there is a lot of disunity among the Igbo tribes. Because if you look at some parts of the Igbos, they will tell you they are not Igbo. Do you get my point now? If you go to Ondo now, Ondo will tell you they are Yorubas. There are part of Edo, they will tell you they are Yorubas. Which means the Yoruba nations, let me call it, I see them as an entity that are much more united. Likewise the Hausas. But the Igbos, there are a lot of disjointed groups, different groups. They are not speaking one language. They have different kind of way of communication. So that alone has a way of affecting the choices they actually make. Do you understand my point? But in terms of development, in terms of, okay, this region, the Yoruba region has actually presented a candidacy, the Hausa region has actually presented a candidacy. Personally, to me, I so much believe in good representative, not minding the tribe that you actually come from, but a good representative that can actually give Nigerians a dividend of democracy. It will enable the Nigerian to, like they have always been calling us giant of Africa. There will have been a whole lot of things Nigeria will benefit if an Igbo presidency that is void of disjoint. Look at the word I use, void of disunity, can actually become of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The last question: what will actually stop agitation? What do you think? What do you prefer that this government should do so that they can reduce the agitations we have today?
One of those things that I actually believe that can reduce the tension or the agitation. Number one, I so much believe that there have been a lot of referendum in the past during the regime of President Goodluck Jonathan, and I think there was also a referendum during the regime of President Olusegun Obasanjo. I believe there are documents that have been packaged for this present regime to actually work on, and if that actually work on, they create more states, create more employment, get the youth engaged, and likewise also if there are equal sharing formula between the federal government, they should allow the state as well also to have a control of the resources they are having. If they have a control of the resources they are having, there will be more employment for the populace also, and also Nigerian would definitely be blessed more than what we are experiencing now. Number one, employment should be generated. There should be a lot of employment in terms of agriculture, production, manufacturing, a whole lot of these things also, and also the value of our currency also should appreciate. So all those things are factors that can actually reduce this agitation, engage more dialogue instead of fighting our people that are agitating. Sit them down. What's the way out? I was listening to this former governor of Imo State, Governor Rocha Sokorocha, last month when he was actually interviewed by Channels Television, and he was making mention of how he was able to curb insecurity during his own time. What are the things that he did? He said he never asked the police to be shooting anybody, that he actually went into their midst. He ensured that he was able to get the leader of all these groups to that what is the actual thing that you actually what are the things that they actually, and he was able to meet their need, and with that he was able to enjoy relatively peace during his regime. And it's about the government to be able to get to the root of the problem in each of the states. The issue of this Fulani herdsmen should be stopped. I was actually talking to a friend, let me call it my neighbor, this morning, and he was saying even in their village they are already telling them that look, be going to the city because they have started killing people in the village. Do you understand? So if the issue of this is to actually curb the issue of insecurity, if the youth are actually get engaged, youth are much more involved in politics, they are not relegating the power of the youth at the back. All these things, it will encourage people that are carrying guns to lay down their guns, and with that Nigeria will be a success. Nigeria is a wonderful country, which I so much believe that things can actually get better if the government is actually doing the right thing.
What I see is that the agitators from the southeast, what they need is freedom, which I know the freedom should be granted to them, because the law says after 30 years after war, a civil war, that what the people are seeking for should be granted to them. Is it 20 years or 30 years? Now, it's over 30 years they had the civil war, and they should grant them what they want.
So they don't want presidency?
Presidency, some people actually want to get their presidency slot, but when it still get to them, what is happening will continue happening. Agitation will continue.
Even if we have an Igbo president?
Majority of the southeast, they want freedom. So that's all I can say.
As personal as an Igbo man, you want presidency or you want freedom?
I don't. Any of them. I'm not interested in any of them.
Are you interested?
Peaceful nation. Peaceful nation. If it's Nigeria, peace. If it's the Biafra, peace. I don't. In fact, wherever, when you are in UK or you are in Ghana and all those things, where you are is where you find yourself is where you belong. As far as I'm in Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian. You understand me? Then if they fight and get the other side and call me, I still belong there. So what I will not do is to come out and say I want to fight for any listen, I don't do it.
Very much. You may be politically correct or incorrect, but Nigerians have spoken and have heard their views. Some are saying that they don't want an Igbo presidency, while others have said that an Igbo presidency may not bring an end to the agitations in the southeast. You can place your comments and opinions on this channel. This is still Vox Pop and Flip TV. I'm your anchor, Christian Chuku.